Hi there, welcome back to the Community of Readers video blog. We're following the Old Testament readings for the Monkey Bar Challenge, and this week we're looking at the whole of the book of 2 Samuel. This is called A Fallen Halo. Whoever split 1 Samuel from 2 Samuel did so to mark the end of Saul's long-running feud with David and to allow 2 Samuel to tell undiminished the story of Israel's best-loved king. But while 1 Samuel pits David against Saul, a bright light against a flailing has-been, 2 Samuel, without the baddie to make the goodie look good, lets the enduring king's halo slip a little. And it's bittersweet. Once again, we question who is there who can really lead Israel. And yet David betrays such humanity that his story is compelling. After Saul's death, David weeps, laments, and avenges his enemy. He also avenges Abner, Saul's army commander, and Ishbosheth, Saul's son. And David shows great kindness to Mephibosheth, Saul's disabled grandson. And yet, behind this compassion and his military achievements lies the reality that David's head is just as easily turned. David sleeps with another man's wife and then has him killed so that he can marry this new mistress. According to Nathan the prophet, all of David's woes stem from this moment. And the rest of the book is peppered with them. The incestuous rape of Tamar by Amnon, the murder of Amnon by his brother Absalom, and Absalom's own rebellion against the king are all a sorry saga for such a great king. 2 things should be noted about this narrative. First of all, we haven't read gripping narrative like this since the family stories of Genesis back in January. And the power of narrative is it opens up a window on the world of Israel and betrays assumptions about their life. And in particular, in 2 Samuel, there's a very strong focus on the military nature of life. The mighty men of warring renown are not heroes in our modern culture, certainly not in my British culture. But we need to understand that David's world was one in which kings went to war in the spring like clockwork. And this should give us cause to retain some distance from this story. The second thing to note is the theme of proper worship of Yahweh and where specifically that should take place. Since the Exodus, the Israelites worshipped in the tabernacle, the tent of meeting that travelled around the place, but the tent could only be in one place at any one time, so other localised centres of worship emerged. And it became a strong underground political issue. Where was the right place to worship Yahweh? The issue gets raised early on in chapter 6 with another strange episode in the Ark of the Covenant. And Nathan the prophet again giving David the clear message from the Lord that he was not the one to build a temple, a permanent house for Yahweh. The story ends not with the death of David, but with a postscript. David offering a sacrifice on the threshing floor of Araunah the Jebusite, the future site of the great temple. David's story is one of highs and lows. But one thing is for real. David is a deeply human individual who wears his heart on his sleeve. As soon as he is confronted by Nathan the prophet over his affair, his repentance is immediate and genuine. We sense the heartfelt passion of his contrition in the psalm that follows that episode. He has no honour to defend, no image to uphold. So despite his many and real and genuine failures, David leaves us with some kind of hope. I think the challenge to us is to emulate David's passion and humility. Passion for getting it right, and humility for admitting when we haven't.